Hello everyone, this is chapter 3 machines of class 10 ICSE physics. In this video, we will cover technical terms related to machine and we have part 2 and part 3 also. In part 2, we'll cover levers and in part 3, we'll do pulleys. So let us start. Now suppose you have to go a long distance. If you go walking, it will take much time. So you can use a bicycle, you can use a car also. Now, basically, what does it do? It makes your work faster. You have to reach in a short time. It makes your work faster. Now, what is this? If you have to carry a heavy load, if you have to move a heavy object, you will use this machine which is called wheelbarrow. Now, this is a crane which uses a pulley. This is a trolley which is normally used in shopping malls because you cannot lift heavy load and move in the mall for shopping, so you use a trolley which makes your work easier. So what is a machine? What is a machine? Don't break your head. Let us find out. If you want to break this nut, you will use a nut cutter or nut cracker. Now if you want to cut a cloth or you want to tear it with hand, it will be very difficult, but if you use a scissor, it will be easy. So similarly, a wrench, a plier, a pulley, all these simple devices makes our work easier. So anything that makes our work easier is called a simple machine. Now you will think, why do we use machines? Why do we? What is the function? What is the purpose of using machine? Yes, of course, it is used to make our work easier. How? Okay, it can, what can it do? It can make our work easier by applying less effort. So it is used to apply less effort to overcome a large resistive force or a large force that is called load. For example, if you have to lift a heavy load, a heavy box, this heavy cube, so you can use a crowbar. Second use is it is used to do our work faster. That is to increase the speed of our work, as I told you in case of a bicycle. A scissor. A scissor can make our work faster. And third use, it is used to make our work easier by applying our effort at a convenient point or in a convenient direction. In a convenient direction, like when we have to draw water from a well, if we use a pulley, the direction of force applied by us or direction in which we lift the bucket will be downwards, which is a convenient direction. So technically, if you speak, a machine is anything which makes our work easier. But technically, if you speak, a machine is a device which can overcome a large resistive force by applying less force at a convenient point or in a convenient direction, or which is used to gain speed. Now, some technical terms related to machine. Now, this is a crowbar which is used to lift a heavy box or heavy cube. So this heavy cube is called what? The force applied by this man is called what? So we are going to study some technical terms. So first term is load. What is load? Load is the force that needs to be overcome. Okay, that force which we have to overcome, that force is called load. If you have to overcome load, if you have to move your object or some weight, you need to apply effort, isn't it? You need to apply a force on that. So this effort is nothing but the force which is applied to overcome the load. The next term is mechanical advantage. Now mechanical advantage, how much load is overcome by applying how much effort. That ratio, the ratio of load to effort is called mechanical advantage. What is then next term is velocity ratio. Velocity ratio is nothing but the ratio of velocity of effort, how much with what speed effort is moving and with what speed load is moving. Okay, that ratio is velocity effort. We'll cover this But before that, some useful information regarding mechanical advantage. When mechanical advantage is more or less than 1, what happens? You know that mechanical advantage is ratio of load to effort. Now suppose mechanical advantage of a machine is more than 1, greater than 1. That means load to effort ratio is greater than 1. That means load is greater than effort. That means you have to apply less effort. Effort is less than the load. You have to apply less effort to overcome load. That machine act as a force multiplier. For example, a nutcracker is a force multiplier because you cannot break this nut using your hands just like that. You use a nutcracker. So by applying a less effort, you can break this nut. Now suppose in second case, mechanical advantage of a machine is less than 1. That means load to effort ratio is less than 1. That means load is less than effort. Load is less than effort means effort is more than load. Then why do we use this machine if we have to apply more effort? That machine is used as a speed multiplier. It saves our time. A scissor is a speed multiplier. Okay, then next case is if mechanical advantage is equal to 1. That means load to effort ratio is equal to 1. That means load is equal to effort. That means whatever is the value of load, say 500 Newton, you have to apply same amount of effort. Then why do we use this kind of machine? This kind of machine is used to change the direction of effort in a convenient direction. For example, when you have to draw water from well, if you don't use a pulley, you have to pull it upwards. But if you use a fixed pulley, you will pull it downwards. So the direction of effort is changed. Okay. Now velocity ratio. Coming back to velocity ratio. Velocity ratio is the ratio of velocity of effort to velocity of load. Okay, and what is velocity? Velocity is displacement upon time. So if time is same, if we take the same time frame, then it is the ratio of displacement of effort to displacement of load. So velocity ratio is nothing but how much effort has moved to how much load has moved. That ratio is called velocity ratio. But if you have to write the definition, if definition is asked, always write in terms of velocity. Velocity ratio is the ratio of velocity of effort to velocity of load. Okay, next term is work input. What is work input? What is work done? Work done is force into displacement, and work input is the work done by the effort. So that is force is effort, displacement is displacement of effort. Similarly, work output is the work done by the load, work done on the load by the machine. So it will be load into displacement of load. Now efficiency, third term is efficiency. It is the ratio of work output to work input, or work output is nothing but work done by machine on the load. That means useful work, and work input is work done by the effort. Okay. Now what is the relation between MA, VR and eta? That efficiency symbol is eta. Now you know that efficiency is equal to work output upon work input, and you also know that work input is effort into displacement of effort and work output is load into displacement of load. So just substitute this value. Work output is L into displacement of load, and work input is effort into displacement of effort. Now you know that this will become L by E into 1 by dE upon dL, and dE upon dL is velocity ratio, and L by E, load by effort, is nothing but mechanical advantage. So that means efficiency will be equal to MA upon VR, mechanical advantage upon velocity ratio. This can also be written as MA is equal to VR into eta. I hope you have understood. Now efficiency of a machine is equal to work output upon work input, isn't it? Now work output is the useful work done by the machine, which will always be less than work input. Work output, that is useful work, is always less than work input. What work we are doing on the machine and what it is able to convert into useful work will always be less. That means the efficiency of the machine will always be less than 1. Do you understand why it will be less than 1? Because work output is always less than work input. If you want to take it in percentage, then you have to multiply by 100%. That means efficiency of the machine is always less than 100%. If efficiency of a machine is 100%, no machine has efficiency 100% because some energy or some work is used in overcoming friction. So if any machine is 100% efficient, that machine is called ideal machine. But no machine is 100% efficient, so no machine is ideal machine. If a machine is ideal machine, that means there is no friction between the parts of the machine. The parts of the machine are weightless, but this doesn't happen. Okay, I hope you have understood. In second part we'll cover levers, and in third part we will cover pulleys. So subscribe my channel to get more such videos. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.